like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that.
All right. What's happening?
Ain't nothing. What's going on, young man? Hold on. Let's see if can you hear me loud?
Yes, sir.
I can't hardly hear you, Jew.
Loud and clear. I can hear you.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm good now. Yeah.
Okay.
A little technical difficult, but it worked.
Okay. How you doing?
Man, I feel good. Smell good. Ladies know I taste good, man. I did my little walking trail and got a little nap and dealt with these kids, so I'm ready to talk some shit. And that's what I do. Yeah.
Okay.
What's up, peeps?
Hey, what's going on, girl?
Nothing.
Hey, we can't. Oh, I just want to say we can't see you.
Why? Why you can't see me?
Oh, I can see you now. I can see you now.
Uh-huh.
How you doing, love?
I'm good. What y'all up to?
Same old.
Oh yeah.
Got a lot to talk about.
Y'all, what y'all talking about? These first 100 million days? They feel like 1,000. Don't they feel like 1,000? Julius, what's wrong with your lip? Somebody box you finally?
That's the light off of it.
Oh, okay. You look like you had gotten boxed.
You need to shave. I know that.
But they finally got you.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It would have been World War III. That would have been happening.
That's correct.
Wait, one call and 100 else come.
So y'all better recognize. We're going to start with our life hacks. Natalie in there somewhere. She'll be back in a second.
Only smart people know these life hacks. 1. Cut a watermelon into a V shape. This way, eating watermelon with friends becomes even more enjoyable. 2. When eating cake, flip a clip upside down to cut the cake. It's both convenient and visually appealing. 3. When boiling eggs, add lemon to make the shell peel off easily. 4. Dip the bottom of a spoon in egg mixture and fry it for a tasty eggshell. 5. Pour egg mixture into a spoon. Heat it, then add filling to make delicious steamed dumplings. 6. Press and roll a pomegranate for a minute, then poke a hole with a knife to get pomegranate juice. 7. Cut off both ends of an orange, then make a slit in the middle. You'll be able to easily eat the fruit inside. 8. After removing the watermelon flesh, place a chicken inside the empty watermelon, then steam it for 2 hours for delicious chicken. 9. Pour boiling water over fish meat, and the skin will peel off effortlessly. 10. Remove both ends of a dragon fruit, then make a slit in the middle to easily peel off the skin. 11. Snap the base of celery and pull upward to remove the outer skin easily. Have you learned these fun and practical life hacks?
I like that.
Yeah. You need to get a book on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the making dumplings.
Yeah.
There's a lot of life hacks out there, boy. I'm talking some things you be saying, what? I could have did that all that time?
What's it? Life hack?
Yeah, life hacks.
Okay. Yeah.
I need that one because I want to, I like making dumplings. And the way I make it, though, has flour.
Yeah. You glowing, Sonya. What you got something?
No, just me and God just hanging around.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Y'all hanging around.
Just hanging around.
Oh, okay.
When you got peace in your life.
Ooh, say it again, girl. Say it again.
That peace, boy.
Ooh, man.
Give me that peace. Give me that peace, boy.
Man, definitely. Ain't nothing like peace, boy. I'm telling you.
Hey, Deidre.
Yeah.
Hey, Deidre. Deidre's always here.
Oh, yeah.
The right energy.
Sit within 25 feet of a high performer, your own performance improves by 15%. Here's the kicker. If you sit within 25 feet of a low performer, your own performance decreases by 30%. This means that our negative emotions are more contagious. That if you're around people who are low performers, whatever that means to you, who have negative cues, who are feeling anxious or tired or low confident, you could catch those cues and that affects your own performance. This is why it is incredibly critical to invest in the 5 people who you spend the most time with. You want to make sure those 5 people are the cues you want to catch. Do you like the cues they're sending? Do they give you the right motivation, feelings? Do they make you feel liked? Do they make you a better version of yourself?
Hey, Sandra, y'all wasn't there looking at the man. You was listening.
Yeah. I didn't know what the hell was going on. You thought I ain't calling no name. Let me stop. Hey, I'm glad that woman came on there, bro.
So if you're around positive people, positive things, that energy usually flow off on you and you can do positive things. When you're around a negative person who always talking negative, ain't got nothing, they just make everything miserable, and you can't get nothing done. So that's why I'm this happy, bubbly guy that y'all just love to be around.
Hey, you know what? Not only you be around negative people, you be around people that's going through so much and only thing they talk about is their problem. Shit, that's enough right there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's okay to have a little bit of problem, but damn, if you got a whole bus full of problem, man, you know, sometimes you walk in the mirror every morning, you got to look at what's in that mirror.
And, you know, I mean, and if you find somebody that does not know how to speak positive affirmations over themselves, get away from them quickly. You know, I can't be around, you know, I even tell my daughters this, you know, you have to speak positivity over yourself. And when people are trying to dig up the old you got to be able to tell them, hey, that person died a long time ago. I don't even know where they buried at. I don't even know where to find their death marker at, you know. So I mean, yeah. I don't know what you want me to say about that person, you know.
Yeah.
So, that is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Be around the right people, you'll do, you know, you'll feel it. You'll feel that energy comes off on you. Yeah. All right. Here's a message to the Black Americans.
I had a conversation with a European friend of mine, I think 2 weeks ago, talking about what's going on in America. And I told him, have you noticed that only one group of people are reacting? I said it's white folks that are reacting to to what's going on in America. And I said it's because Black Americans are used to this nonsense. Guys, go read this book. It's called Black Fortunes by Shomari Wills. Okay? Almost every single page in this book is how white people put systems in place to make sure Black Americans don't move any step further. This has been done to them for centuries. In 2025, the fact that Black Americans are still alive and breathing is a fucking miracle, in my opinion. But despite all the systemic hurdles that have been placed in the presence of Black Americans, they still created their own spaces. They still created their own churches, their own cities, their own industries. Don't let these people tell you that, oh, African Americans are just this. No, look at the history. Inventions. A lot of things has happened. But you want to know what happened? It's been stolen by white folks. It's been taken by white folks. The land has been taken. Their policies have been taken. Their businesses have been burnt down. Their Wall Street has been taken. So when you see what's going on now, Black Americans in 2025 are numb. N-U-M-B. They are numb. They are numb to injustice. They are numb to these kind of things because it's not new. So that's why when you see people reacting to what's going on in America, it tends to be white people. Like, oh my God, this is so, I cannot believe Trump is taking away departments of education. Black people ain't saying shit. Oh, I cannot believe he's deporting immigrants. Black people ain't saying shit. Because when black people are trying to tell people this guy is going to do this to you, guess what other people of color did? They ignored black folks because they wanted proximity to whiteness. Now that shit has hit the fan, guess who they are calling? Black folks, Black Americans. Black Americans are now keeping silent, rightfully so, by the way, to what's going on in America because they've realized that other people of color, in quotes, the Indians, the Mexicans, especially the Mexicans, most of what you guys have in America, even Africans, by the way, is because of the Black Americans that have fought for everybody to have access to it. Okay? So, even the so-called Arabs, the Latinos, the Indians, the Asians who are always silent, playing whoever is winning, they are now realizing that without black bodies and black voices, nobody actually fights. Even white people don't stand up and fight for themselves. I mean, I literally saw a video of a white woman at the Republican Congress being assaulted by security. They were dragging her on the floor like she's a bag being dragged on the floor. Not one single white person, full of white people, stood up to help her out. So when black people are not there to scream and shout and fight for everybody, nobody fights for themselves. Nobody fights for us, or Black Americans either. And this segregation topic that's being done now, people don't realize that black people are used to this shit. Mexicans are not even used to this shit. Asians are not used to this. Whites are not used to this. So that's why everybody's losing their mind. Blacks are used to this shit. Do you know that even for the past 3 days, I've only been seeing white people talking about let us not do segregation. Black people are happy. They want segregation.
Yes, we do. Mm-hmm. We do.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
Because I do more work for white men in my position to make them look good. And I would not mind not one bit if y'all segregated yourselves and left me alone to do my little black job. You know, I'd be so happy, you know, because then the spotlight would be shown on y'all not being competent to be able to do your own jobs. Thank you very much. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Sean.
Hey, that's why, you know, I'm 63. I ain't went through what, you know, I Esther went through and Martin and all of them, but we was raised up. We was raised up to whatever come in our life. We gonna stand up. We gonna fight for it, and it ain't gonna get to us. You know what I'm saying? Because we worry about if our light be cut off, we know what we're gonna do. We're gonna do whatever it takes to get it cut back on. See, we already know what we go through in this country now ain't bothering us. Ain't bothering us one bit. Because we done went through all that. We done seen it. So now, what they say about the rooster come home, now you see. Now you see. Now you took the place. Now you took the place of walking. You walking now. Shit.
Yeah, it's amazing how he is betraying them and showing them that, you know, I don't care about you, and they still love him. And it's amazing how many people showed up for that rally knowing that he's ruining the country. But like I said, you know, we don't feel it yet. And when we do, we have to be ready to mobilize to demonstrate, you know, because it's going to hit home after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Man, I'm like, it is what it is, man. Like I said, we long as our family, friends and kids and everything gonna be all right, we gonna make sure to be all right. Now, I can't. Hey, that's your problem. Donald Trump is your problem. He ain't our damn problem.
Nope.
We know how to survive.
Because we have been surviving in this country since. We have so much PTSD till I can't remember a time when we haven't been in survival mode.
Mm-hmm.
Always. This is how we feel right here.
The definition of anger, I like this. The definition of anger is an emotional punishment you give yourself for somebody else's behavior.
And definition of anger is an emotional that you give yourself for what somebody else did. So there's no need in getting angry because who's gonna hurt? Just you. They don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I preach that to these kids every day. I like, dude, why are you letting somebody else get you angry? That's why they go after you. Because they know you a fireball and they shoot at you, and then now you sitting here with me in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shit, man, I done calmed down. I calmed down as angry, but I ain't calmed down with this mouth. Cause I'm gonna shoot it out. I'm gonna shoot it what's right. You know, that's why I hate being around hypocrite people, man. They say one thing in your face and behind your back, they're saying something else, man. I don't want to hear all that. Just tell the truth.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I love Sonya. That's why me and Sonya gonna get a show called Me, Bernard, and Sonya Telling the Truth. Shit, we ain't sugarcoating it. You know, it is what it is, man. You know, if you don't like it, change the channel. You know, don't tune in.
Yep. Don't let nobody get you that angry where you can't control yourself.
Yeah.
You know? All right. But that's how we feel about what's going on in the country. We can't let it affect us yet. When it really does hit home, then you'll see a bunch of angry people. But now it's time for somebody else to be up front while we bring up the rear. You know? All right. Here goes our next one.
This is the unwritten truths. They made the black man economically irrelevant to the black woman. Black power wasn't just dismantled, it was strategically unemployed. HVAC jobs gone. Plumbing, welding, mechanics cut overnight. Black men were fired in waves, then locked out of retraining. Meanwhile, prisons opened their gates. The same hands that once built America were now handcuffed by it. Black women were offered help, but only if the black man wasn't in the home. Section 8, WIC and grants all came with one condition. He had to disappear. She was told he was dead weight. He was told he was worthless. They broke the household, then blamed the culture. Now she's taught to chase the bag, not build a family. His potential undermined, his presence unnecessary. They erased the black man from the economy, then erased him from her vision. She was programmed to survive without him. He was programmed to die without her. And that's how you kill black power, without ever firing a shot. This is the unwritten truths. We stay dropping knowledge bombs.
And the problem is people don't understand it or realize it. They don't. It's a diabolical plan that's put in by some evil people, not the ones you see every day, not the ones that you deal with and work with and go to lunch with every day. There's some evil people out there who think that there should be less people on Earth. You know, they want a lot of people to be gone. And Bill Gates and all of them are all those type of people. But it takes a while for us to realize what they're doing and for the woke people to really get up and do something about it.
Yeah. But I'm like, sometimes, you know what, sometimes you get confused on what's right and what's wrong. You know, you get confused. So my thing is this: why is always when, and this firm belief, you can see it in NFL draft that just happened, why is always when a black man stand up for what's right and say what's wrong, it's a racial thing. It's a racial thing. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not a racial thing when you stepping up and protecting your kids and you stepping up and protecting other people. Okay? So when we start talking, it's a racial thing. But when they start talking, they you know, they talking like they know what they're talking about. You know, I don't understand. I don't understand. It's always, we are truly the most strongest men in American history. Facts. You know, that's why we survive, because we know, you know, we done been to the mountaintop. We done been low. We done came up at the end of the day. And I'm gonna always keep my head up high. We gonna always keep our head up high. You know.
Right.
Yeah, you know, I didn't have any problem. Deion Sanders is a father first. He, you know, he's coach, he's all that, but he's a father first. And nobody says anything when all of these throughout history, you know, nepotism has been, it is. Mm-hmm. Nepotism just is. When they allow their children to get jobs that they should not have, when they position them in baseball, football, basketball, whatever it is. But when he steps up and says, I want my son to be here or there or whatever, it's not like the boy is not talented. Mm-hmm. You know, he is talented. And Deion Sanders has every right to step up for his children the same way that the Manning daddy had stepping up for Eli Manning and the other Manning, you know, because it ain't a coincidence that both of them landed in the NFL, you know. Mm-hmm. So they need to stop that mess. They really need to stop it. And black folk need to stop feeding into it.
Yep. And you know what, son? You said we're gonna invite you on Evidence Post Reporter. You absolutely said exactly what need to be said for coming from a black woman. You absolutely right. You know, and then got a lot of them always doing that political correct bullshit, talking about it's the system and that's the way it is. Man, come on. Ain't no system. You got to fight the system because you around and protecting your family. I don't hear all that BS what they be saying and or this and that, okay? Because you feeding into it.
Yeah. Right. Because why is it good when they do it, but not good when we do it?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm all on my, you know. Yeah.
The devil's principle. The devil's principle.
Oh, boy.
Did you know? After the Civil War ended, slavery was supposed to be over. But for thousands of newly freed black men, women, and children, the promise of freedom turned into a death sentence. In Natchez, Mississippi, there's a place called the Devil's Punch Bowl, a deep natural pit surrounded by high bluffs and steep walls. But what happened there after 1865 is one of the darkest, most hidden chapters of American history. When enslaved Africans were finally freed, thousands fled to Natchez hoping for safety, protection, and a new life. Instead, the Union Army, yes, the same army that supposedly fought for their freedom, forced over 20,000 of them into concentration camps inside the Punch Bowl. They were not allowed to leave. If they tried, they were shot dead on sight. They were starved, overworked, and left to rot in inhumane conditions. Thousands, especially women and children, died in that pit. There were no proper burials, just mass graves. Today, that land is considered a preserve. It's rich with wild peach trees that only grow within the Punch Bowl. The soil is said to be fertile, fed by the bodies of our ancestors who were dumped and buried there without dignity, without names. Locals say the peaches are sweet, but nobody eats them. Not out of superstition, but out of respect. Because the fruit that grows there was watered by the blood, bones, and suffering of freed black people who were never truly freed. This wasn't a war crime against enemies. It was state-sanctioned genocide against the very people America promised to liberate. And now, it's barely mentioned. Not in textbooks, not in school, not in monuments. But we remember. We speak their names even if we don't know them. We honor the souls buried in the Devil's Punch Bowl by telling the truth they tried to bury with them. Because if we don't tell it, who will?
I got my grandsons, that's why I keep gotta go out and act back and forth. But anyway,
yeah.
The Devil's Punch Bowl. That's something else. I 60 Minutes did a special on that about 5-6 years ago. And that was really touching. It really made you just want to hop. You know, how you can just throw people in the mass grave, kill them, hang them, do all kinds of stuff, and don't care. No sense of, no conscience.
Yeah. Man, this man, if people really and truly know our history, they'll be crying 365 days a year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. Who give those? Oh, Lord. I caught. Go ahead, Daddy. Go ahead. I caught. Oh, boy, we about to get put off. Go ahead.
It'll bring you to that, you know. It'll bring you to. They'll try to take you there. You know, I think one thing that we don't give ourselves enough credit for is our restraint. What we hold inside. That's why it's so dangerous to push our buttons, because you're not just gonna get what we mad at you about. We about to pull some ancestry.com. You know what I'm
saying?
That point.
Son, you got anything?
No, I can't.
We'll be right back.
Savannah, are you looking for some of the best Southern soul food? Then check out Kim's Cafe at 714 MLK Boulevard. The food is so good, you'll think that your mother cooked it. Located in the heart of Savannah, Kim's has a menu that includes breakfast anytime, lunch when you need it, and dinner so you won't have to cook when you get home. They also cater all types of events and can host your reserved event at the restaurant. Come see what everyone has been raving about. Great food, great atmosphere, and a great time. Kim's Cafe, 714 MLK Boulevard in beautiful downtown Savannah.
All right. All right. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all had to, y'all got those little things up to your head right now. Let me show y'all what the dangers is.
This is a big deal. This was designed. You think Chick-fil-A's designed for addiction? This was highly intentional. Phone in its settings tells you how far it has to be off of your body to prevent cancer. It tells you if you go to your settings to general, you scroll all the way down to legal and regulatory. Who knew this was in the BALs? Do you see it? I'm in it. Legal and regulatory, click it. The very bottom one says RF exposure. That stands for radio frequency exposure. And then it tells you, mine is on the second paragraph. This must be 5 millimeter separation off of your body. It's about a pencil eraser. So they're covered when you get brain cancer because you put your phone to your head. I always speak on speakerphone. You bet you do. Distance is your friend with radio frequency, with electromagnetic fields. But they just came out with a study. It just literally, the further this is away from you, the better. We're seeing a higher rate of testicular cancer on young men because they put their phone. Get your phone out of your pocket. Get it away from your testicles.
That's crazy.
Yes. So back when these were smaller and women put them in their breast, we saw breast cancers the shape of that lithium battery in there. This is radioactive. So you get it off your person. You speak on speakerphone with it, right? You don't put it up your head. You for sure don't have it on your head driving down a road in a metal tube where it's having to work super hard to find a cell signal.
Wow.
So it's putting out more electromagnetic fields.
Wow. The more you hide it, the put it out. Is trying to catch that tower, and it's not. And those radio frequencies are causing you to have issues. That's crazy. You don't want to say nothing because you got that phone right there where she told you not to.
Me? No, I'm reading what my distance is. It says 15 millimeters. I'm on the fine print. You can't see it, but I'm on the fine print right now.
I keep my phone in my pocket because I love to vibrate. That it vibrate me. You know?
Don't do that no more.
I love to freak it with it.
And say it causes cancer.
They say everything causes cancer. Looking at TV causes cancer. Walking causes cancer. You know, that's one disease that they say everything causes cancer. Man, just pray. Just pray. God got you.
Lord, I must have erased the wrong one.
Yeah.
All right. Talk about Sandra's husband right now. Listen carefully.
And white people's floors. And you know I'm going to say this out loud. Jesus, who is most black women's husband. Y'all better come with me here.
Say that again.
I'm here.
Jesus is most black women's husbands. You see, they did a number on us. We are a conquered race. They put the black man out of the house in order for the black mother to get welfare. The man couldn't be in the house. He had to be working. Of course, they wouldn't give him a job. Y'all better come with me. We come from some shit. And these women.
Man, we need to keep on hearing that one. You want to redo that one, Drew?
But what was the point of that, though? I didn't get the point.
You wouldn't.
I still don't get the point of it.
Yeah.
She was saying that they gave you Jesus and took the man out the house. And she was saying that the Jesus they gave you is not the Jesus that you're supposed to be worshiping. That's all.
And Sonia, you came on this show a couple weeks ago. You said that God told you to lead that man. You ran that man you had, and you said that. You said God.
Yes, and I stand on that piece right now today.
So that's what she was saying. That's my jury playing. You
still didn't no white man tell me to leave that devil. I'm at peace still with that decision.
What he was?
That devil. I'm good with it. I am good with it, child.
Man,
good with it.
I love this show because I know Sonny gonna be on. She's gonna be up there.
Natalie, did you get it?
No, I that's not my experience. I wasn't raised in the church. My daddy is a chemist. He was in my life my whole life. He's still my mother's husband. They ain't never been apart. So I don't agree with, that's not my experience. So I can't say that's my truth. So I I don't like those words like all of us. No, not all of us. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate. She had a terrible childhood. So she is speaking from a place of trauma. She's speaking from she might be healed. I'll give her healing by now, but she comes across still traumatized. And I'm not saying that she shouldn't. I'm just saying that's not my experience. So
well,
my daddy and mama was married my whole life. My whole life. They were married for 54 years. They did it the way God intended, till death do them part. Mm-hmm. So my mom never put my daddy out so that she can get welfare.
Well, she didn't have. They didn't say it was every family. Y'all gotta realize that. They didn't say every family.
Yeah.
If you do it to enough, that cycle continues and continues and continues and continues. And that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
So don't get mad because they were talking about your husband.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's situation was different. Natalie was in the house. She wasn't outside with the rest of us. Natalie was in the house with Becky and all
though.
So we understand where you're coming from, Natalie.
My last name is Smith, not Jefferson.
Oh man.
5 most famous laws, y'all. The 5 most famous laws. Listen to them carefully.
The 5 most famous laws in the world. Murphy Law. The more you fear something happening, the more likely it is to occur. Kidlin Law. If you write a problem down clearly and specifically, you have solved half of it. Gilbert Law. When you take on a task, finding the best ways to achieve the desired result is always your responsibility. Wilson Law. If you prioritize knowledge and intelligence, money will continue to come. Falkland Law. If you don't have to make a decision about something, then don't decide.
Commercial.
Great laws. Great laws.
Yeah.
Hope y'all got something out of that.
I just, I thought he was missing the main one,
What's that?
The law that everyone is dealing with well, not us, but a lot of people are dealing with right now. It's the FAFO law.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Touchdown. Shit.
All right, Sandra, this you too. You on that pentatonic scale.
You see, as people of African descent, we come out of what is known as the pentatonic scale. The pentatonic scale is out of the African tradition. The pentatonic scale, they've heard of the do, re, mi, ma. That is not the scale we come out of. You see, the pentatonic scale, if you're going to play it, you need the black keys on the piano. You can't play it without the black keys. As a matter of fact, one of our favorite hymns within the church is out of the pentatonic tradition that are known as Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace, though it was written by Newton, who was a peddler in black flesh. But there is another story that is told that he was in a storm. He began to pray, and at that moment the storm was stilled. And that is when he wrote that song, Amazing Grace, that saved a wretch like me. But that's not the way the story's told when you tell it down in the Gullah Islands down in South Carolina. That's not the way the story is told down in Georgia. There's a different story, because it was Newton who was on the ship. He was on top of the ship, but there were some other people who were in the hull of the ship, and they were moaning in the hull of the ship. And that moan was so powerful that it made its way up to heaven, and an angel heard that moan and then tapped God on the shoulder, and God leaned over the banister of the heaven and said, "Shh, I want to hear my children sing." And the storm was ceased, not by Newton's prayer, but by the pentatonic sounds that came from the hull of the ship of black people. And I'm here to let you know the famous song Amazing Grace is a song, when you look in the Library of Congress, it says the words by Newton, but the melody is unknown. The melody is pentatonic. The melody comes from the black tradition. And I'm here to let you know, if you take the black keys out of Amazing Grace, you'll have grace, but it won't be amazing.
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, man. Now, I don't mind going to his church.
Yeah. It's people waking up nowadays, Bernard. It's a lot of preachers, especially, waking up because they've been silent so long. And it's time for them to speak up, and there's a lot of them are speaking up. Those ones who aren't are the ones who weren't called because they don't know what to say. God has a freeze on their voice.
Yeah.
It's up to us to notice it. You know.
Yeah. It's about time. You know.
Yeah.
I think some of them don't say nothing because they're afraid to rattle the boat. You know. When you put your faith in that other man, and you know that other man is one keeping your light on, then that means you gonna do whatever it takes to follow his lead and keep your light on. Man, cut my light off. I ain't cut my on. I ain't gonna sell my soul to the devil. I ain't gonna sell my soul to the devil. Now they starting to have a wake up call. Now they want to start saying what they should have been done said. You know, man, please.
Sorry. Can't keep passing on these religious things.
Yeah, you better say something, Pastor Sonia.
Yeah, can't be. They'll be calling you after a while.
Yeah,
telling you call.
Because you know your husband is God, so he wants you to say something. He removed that devil out your life, and he brought sunshine in your life. Sonia.
I got 3 more for you, Sandra. So you just sit there and look at it.
That's right.
He owe you tonight, girl.
The slave Bible is a Bible of pacification. This Bible was created by the Greek, who had a slave society. It was adopted by the Romans, who had a slave society. And it was used by the Portuguese, the Spaniards, and the English. Now, the English gave us the last version, the King James Version. King James, could you imagine? King James is kind of like Abraham. What a horrible person. King James killed all those wives of his, deranged people. And these deranged people have given us one, the Abrahamic faith, and one, the King James Version. And in this Bible, you can Google it. How many times is the word slave mentioned in the Bible? What does religion, the freedom of your soul, where does slave fit into that?
I was hoping to get some debate, on that subject because,
I'll debate you.
Huh?
What you want?
Yeah.
What?
Oh
Look,
no! If only if you had an opposing view.
I do have well, I don't believe that because I believe my God is all powerful. I believe He is omniscient, and I believe will not return unto Him void. And I believe that no matter how man tries to change up or twist up or manipulate the word of God, the meaning and the reasoning within His word will come to pass. It will come to fruition. And there's not anything that man can do. I don't care if they're Roman, Greek, King, whoever, that's going to change that. And people get confused with the word of God because there's many languages that, there's many beliefs and different faiths that believe in God, and they're going to have their own, they're going to have their own maybe nuances or things within the word, but if the meaning is the same, you can't tell me that's not my God. He's more powerful than mankind's manipulation. I could care less who. It's just like it's the same argument about if Jesus was black. I don't care what color Jesus was, as long as I'm saved, as long as I go to heaven. I don't care what color he is. Jesus. People get caught up in the flesh of understanding that what he was the Word of God in flesh. The Word of God. When you print something on the computer, it can be printed in blue, cyan, black, orange, green, purple, silver. The word can be in any color it wants to be. It's the power that I'm dealing with. It's that spiritual relationship. Without relationship, words have no meaning.
And it's good to have a relationship with God. Because when you look around you, there's nothing that could have happened without God.
That's right.
But you can't believe on any level that a person who means you harm is going to give you something that's good for you.
Something that's what?
Something that is good for you.
That's not true.
What? Why?
That's not true at all.
Why?
Because if you think about the pressure that is on people, think about when people always talk about, I had these haters, but they drove me, they pushed me to, what you're talking right now is a biblical story. When the chosen people, when God's chosen people went through the wilderness, I'm talking Old Testament right now, so don't play with me. But when they went through the wilderness for 40 years, when they entered into the wilderness, they were just a people who were servants, who were indentured servants, who were slaves. They were freed. They had no strength. They were not warriors. And that 40 years of pressure, that 40 years of problem, that 40 years of struggle, that's why as they came out, God sent them to take over lands, because by that time they were strengthened into and positioned.
You still didn't answer. You didn't answer what I want.
I did answer it. Play with me. Amen.
Yeah.
We're gonna let you pass, but you didn't answer. The man trying to kill you, but he gonna give you a bulletproof vest.
No, I'm not. You having too much faith in the man.
No.
Give me that bulletproof vest. Because guess what? Them things is heavy. What if I beat the man to death?
Hold on. This has nothing to do with the man. What it has everything to do with is that the man is subjugating you, but he's also giving you something that's good for you. He got his foot on your neck, but then he's going to take it off lightly and say, I'm still going to keep it on there. So he's giving you something good. And what the whole analogy that I'm using is, you got scholars here that have read stuff that, see, if you were in the cocoon all your life and all you was taught was one thing, that's all you're going to ever believe, because you don't know nothing else and you don't want to know anything else. What you have is good enough for you. But when you come into the light and you can read other things, you can see that you've been lied to all your life. You have a different perspective. I doubt if you get there. I really seriously doubt if you get there. But you have to. It's experiences in life that make you read these things. The Bible was written. The Bible is plagiarized. The whole entire Bible, every single word in it, is plagiarized. They tell you it was written 2,000 years ago. The Sumerian text is the Bible. The Sumerian text was written 2,000 years before that. So so it's just a whole bunch of life. You got to believe that there is something else besides what somebody's giving you to control you. God is the main thing. That's the main issue. God. As long as you believe in him, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
As long as you understand from, you're gonna be all right.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this.
Go ahead, Sonia.
First of all, I believe in the Word of God.
What word are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Bible. I'm talking about the word, the inspired Word of God. I believe in it. Okay.
And the man who had your ancestors in slavery gave them the Bible, and that's the same Bible you believe.
And I could not believe in the Word of God had I not had encounters with this God that I hold sacred in my heart.
You don't know it is that God. All you know is that it was God.
All I know is that the Word lines up with my experience. When he said that he would make beauty from ashes, it lines up with my experience. When he said that whose report will you believe, when I was laying on my sick bed and they were telling me all the sicknesses that I could have, and he kept saying they won't find nothing. In my heart, in my mind, I'm hearing the Holy Spirit say they won't find nothing, because if you be a child in me, whatever they can't find in me, they won't find in you. And all I could say when he said, whose report will you believe? I said, I will believe the report of the Lord. And that lines up with the Word.
Okay. I'll let you. I mean, there's nothing I can say.
Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right. Because it's like this here. Everybody have a different experience in God. You can't say Sonia's experience is different. You can't say Jews. Everybody's experience is different with God. Everybody's experience. It's like this. You got to have faith. If you don't have faith, then you don't have God. So I get tired of people always trying to go tell somebody what the experience with God is or what the experience with the Bible is. Everybody's experience is different. Everybody read the Bible different. God do things people totally different. All we know is we got faith to know Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, kept me here for 63 years. When the doctor said I wasn't gonna be here less than 3 hours after I've been born. So you can't tell nobody what they went through. You can't tell nobody what to pray or who to pray for. That's just their experience. That's why I don't get a conversation with things I don't deal with, and I don't have conversation with people so much now is politics and religion. Because that's when you start an argument. You can start an argument with your best friend.
The only thing
but you don't have to argue. You don't.
Some of them do.
Right.
But some of them some fool gonna make you argue because they're trying to tell you your experience with Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior. Man, you can't tell me.
Yeah.
That's your experience.
And the thing is, when politics and religion rule the world, that you can't have Without politics and religion, you're going to have chaos. Mm-hmm. Without order, you're going to have chaos. You're going to have disorder. So it's not that a lot, I was the same way as Sandra is, until I was woke. When I finally understood what these preachers should be telling you every day, they know. But it is incumbent upon them to keep you controlled. They don't care whether that system of control is what reels you in. And they don't care whether you understand it, whether you know the truth. They don't care. See, because if they went explaining everything to you, then it's going to scare you to death. Explain
the control you're talking about. What's this?
Yeah,
religion is
what's
this control that you're talking about? Because I just don't. I'm not someone who's controlled, so I'm trying to understand what you're saying about controlling me. Because
listen, it's so deep that you don't even know that you're being controlled.
This is the thing I need from you. I need you to explain what you're now doing.
We'll spend 21 years where I spent 21 years, and I guarantee you, when you leave there, you won't be saying the same thing you're saying right now. You'll know the truth.
I'm going to say the exact same thing I'm saying.
I'm not going to sit here and have that conversation.
I'm not arguing. I'm asking you to clarify.
Yeah. I tried, and you still ain't going to hear it. No matter what I say, you're not going to hear it.
No, but you didn't answer the question. The question was, what is the control? You told me I'll experience it later. What is the control? Give me an example of the control.
The control is you in your attitude right now. That's the control. See, you're going to defend something.
Jesus.
You're going to defend something. It's control. They have you so. It's the same thing doing to black men. Listen. You can't learn nothing talking.
No, Jew. Wait a minute, Jew.
Hold on, Renard.
Okay.
Renard, hold on.
Go ahead, Jew. You got the floor.
You can accept it or reject it. Nobody's pushing it on you. But just like you believe, I got a right to tell you what I believe.
All of us do.
Hold on. I heard you. You don't have to accept it. You can reject it.
I'm not accepting or rejecting anything because you ain't said nothing. You ain't said nothing. Say something and I'll reject or accept, but you ain't said nothing yet.
You don't understand it. That's part of the control. You got blockers. You got blockers on that ain't gonna let you hear us, see nothing, or feel nothing other than what you've been taught all your life.
Jew, hold on, Jew.
No.
Let me interrupt. Hold on for a minute. Go ahead, Sonia.
I started out as a Jehovah's Witness.
Same thing.
But
real control there, because they beat y'all to death.
Well, no, that wasn't my experience. But what I'm saying is, once you develop a relationship with God for yourself,
right?
Because
that's what
God says, study to show yourself approved. He didn't say, I don't have to go to a pastor for a pastor to tell me anything. I study the word.
Thank you.
And the word becomes life and bread to me.
Correct. And that is great, because everybody needs to experience a relationship with God.
No, what? Right. Drew, this is what we trying to understand what we trying to understand what you just said about 5 minutes ago. When you say control, what you mean by control? Because I'm not a preacher, whoever don't control my feeling, don't control anything. So we're trying to say who controlling us. I mean, because that's what we're trying to understand.
Who's making these kids go out there and shoot people?
They're going out and shoot people because that's them. Nobody making no kids go do. No kids. Here's some rotten ass kids out there that doing things that they ain't got no business to do. Ain't nobody controlling them to do that. Ain't nobody can say go rob that bank. So break it down to me. I don't understand.
I'm trying to show y'all that it's different things that are in play that you do not see. We're the only race on the planet that you can talk about in a negative way on the radio. You can't talk about no other race. Listen, you got to understand it's deeper than what you're thinking. Now I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, break it down to me, Jew.
It's to do with religion.
It's everything. Has everything to do with religion. And you got blockers on, you ain't gonna accept it. Has everything to do with religion. Because when they go through the whole process, this diabolical plan to destroy you, you think the man that was hanging you and beating you and cutting your ancestors' guts out, now you're gonna give you a Bible and say, take this here, this is good for you? Hell no. He giving you that so he can control you. How much times in the Bible says slave?
Julius,
I
have read the King James version.
King James was
Wait. You
mean the homosexual, the man that authorized that Bible?
An Ethiopian Bible next to my bed that I read. I have a Quran. So I am well versed in different genres of the Bible. But it is my relationship with God that guides.
Right. And I got the same relationship. I got the same relationship with God without the Bible.
Okay, but I also have the Holy Spirit living within me, and
we all do.
And that, my friend, is what keeps me from coming down there and doing things that the old me would have done.
Right.
But the new me, the born again, birthed again, filled with the Holy Spirit again person will not do.
And that
because of that.
That is good. That is great. That is great.
But it aligns with the word. It's nothing about being controlled.
I'm not disputing
I am
that.
Controlled by the Holy Spirit. Yes, Sandra, I am.
Sandra.
Yes.
Sandra.
Yes.
I got you. All right. You got it. You got it.
Thank you, sir.
God will tell you when you get to heaven.
Next.
The truth is right in front of our faces. We've launched satellites into orbit and made it to the moon. So why do we still know nothing about 95% of our own oceans? Why do civilizations that had no contact with each other tell similar stories about a great flood that covered the entire world? How is it possible that the pyramids of Giza are perfectly aligned with specific constellations? And what about the Piri race map, which shows Antarctica without ice long before it was officially discovered? How do we explain that pyramid-like structures appear in Egypt, the Americas, and Asia, even though these cultures were supposedly never connected? Ancient Indian texts mention flying machines called vimanas, with details that still amaze modern engineers. If we're the most advanced species, why are there animals that can regenerate limbs or use echolocation like it's nothing? Who drew the Nazca lines only visible from the sky, and what was their purpose? Why do so many cultures share stories about giants or superior beings? Could the Nephilim be a key clue we've ignored for centuries? Too many questions and far too few answers. Comment question if you want me to keep revealing the truth that's been hidden in plain sight.
You don't want to know the truth. See, let me make sure I'm gonna poll y'all. Natalie, do you believe that there are beings out there smarter than us and that they were here before us?
Yes.
Sandra, do you?
No.
Bernard?
I'll pass on the question. I pass on the question because you know what? Hey, hey, trust me, we on the park. I pass on the question. I'm gonna let that one go.
Okay. Listen. We're not the first ones here. We're not. Listen. Here go the last one in this subject. Why they left this book out? Y'all let me know, please.
There's a book older than the flood, older than Moses, written by a man who never died. The Book of Enoch. He walked with God, and God took him. Not because he was perfect, but because he saw too much. What did Enoch see? Angels leaving heaven, giants born on earth. A future judgment no one wants to talk about. This book wasn't removed by accident. It was silenced. But now, it's back. Click the orange cart below to read the Book of Enoch and decide for yourself what they didn't want you to know.
The Book of Enoch. Sandra, why they left it out?
Well, I don't know why they left it out, but I read the Ethiopian Bible.
Shouldn't they give you all the word of God?
Huh?
Shouldn't King James give you all the word?
Well,
what he gave you was sufficient.
In that Bible, you know, I mean, just like in
It was
any
6
other
books
book,
left out altogether.
in any other book, but we don't know if it's 6 made up books. We don't know.
We don't know whether the 66 made up.
Huh? We don't know.
Yeah.
But what I can say is if the word of God lines up with the spirit of God, does it line up with the spirit of God? Okay.
Bernard, why did you left the book out?
I don't know. I ain't never read it.
You read any of the other 6?
You know what? Let me say this. Hold on. Let me say this. To be honest, my grandmama taught me everything growing up about the Bible. I paid attention, but I didn't pay attention. It's so many Bibles. There's so many. You don't know what to believe, what not to believe. You don't know what to read because it's done changed so many times over and over and over again. Only thing I know is what experience I went through with my Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, and what I'm going through now. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really read. I don't read it because it's so many. It doesn't change around over and over and over again.
Well, if you was Catholic, you would have to read it because I mean, you believe in Catholicism, and you believe that the Catholic people are just as much entitled to Christ as you are, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they got 72. They got 72 books of the Bible. We only have 66. It was 6 books that were left out. Natalie, go ahead. We got a long list to go.
I'm not concerned with what books were left out. What I can tell you is that the answer to that last question, to your little polling question, the reason why I know there were beings here before us and with different abilities is because it tells me that where in the Bible. It tells me that. And the reason why Enoch has all of that information, because it was before Noah. And Noah happened, and it tells you that there were beasts, and there was angels, fallen angels, who were reproducing with humans and creating other beings that had powers and abilities. It tells you all of that. Guess what? In the 66 of the Bible. Don't play with me. Move on.
Ooh, touchdown. Go, girl.
And the Bible was written over 3,400 years ago, not 2,000 years ago.
Where you saw that at?
It's facts. You going by 2,000, that's after Christ. That's New Testament. The Bible starts at the beginning. How you possibly put 2,000 years on it? The first written record of the Bible and those times is 3,400 years ago.
Where at?
Google it.
Where at?
Google it. Do I need to Google it?
Where
I'll
at?
Google it and tell you where.
Okay. I want you to Google it and find out.
I already know it's 3,400. I'm the one telling you. What are you talking about? I'm the one telling you.
You're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
The most recent record here. I Googled it. Here we go. Let me give it to you. Let me give it to you straight. The Old Testament was written over a period of about 1,000 years, roughly from 1400 to 400 BC. That stands for before Christ. Let me help you with that. Okay. So that would be before the 2000s hit. Okay, before we got to this side of it. All right. So this means the earliest material is about 3,400 years old, based on traditionalist data. And it also goes on to talk about the chronology of the Old Testament and the Bible and the key periods. And it's going through. And if you Google it, just by typing into Google saying, how long ago?
Teacher, I'm sorry. You my professor right now. Who kept these different books of the Bible?
What do you mean? Who kept different?
3,400 years ago, over a course of 1,000 years, who the hell kept those books together? Don't play with me.
First of all, the books I'm about to tell you. There's no way those books could have been together because the Bible wasn't written in a day. The Bible was written over centuries. By different people. What do you mean by who? You obviously ain't never picked the Bible up to see that. Guess what? There's different authors for different chapters.
Exactly.
Oh my. Maybe if you picked up the Bible and read it first before you talk about it, then you might have some understanding. But don't play with me when it comes to the Word of God, because that's something that I studied. It's not brainwashed.
Quiet 1 second on my set. Listen, I've read the Bible 8 times from cover to cover, okay? So you can't tell me a damn
Which
thing.
one? Which Bible?
The same one y'all
read. How did you miss who it was written by? Then how?
I already, hold on. Natalie, any question I ask y'all? I already know. What the hell is you talking about? You think I'm asking you a real question? That I know you don't?
Nothing. You ain't answered nothing. You ain't come up with an answer yet.
Okay, tell me when you finish. I asked you questions I already know the answer to. I knew that you didn't. That's why I asked you. You're giving me a textbook blockers answer. But we'll get into that. We're gonna have a whole show on it. We're gonna break it down. Y'all bring your best. Get your minutes, get your pastors to come, because I'm gonna tear his ass up too. There you go.
With that, give it back to me now. Give that back to me now. That is my ex-husband. Give it back to me right now. Give it back.
I told you. No, I told you not to bring the urn in the house. You can take it to your mother's house.
I don't care what you think. I have a special place. He is not in the way. It's a special place in the house for you. Won't even know that it's there. That is my ex-husband's ashes. That is my ex-husband's ashes. Give it back right now. Right now. That is not disrespect. If it's my ex-husband, I don't see anything wrong with it. Give it back now. Give it back. It is not disrespectful. So what does that mean? Yes, I'm married. Yes, we have vows, but we have vows as well. So that is my ex-husband. It's just his ashes. He's gone. Like, what is the problem? There's no problem. He's gone. Like, really? Really? What are you doing? Give it back. What are you doing? Give it back. Give it back now. Give what? I know you're not about. I know you're. Put that top back on. I know you're not. Put it on. My God.
He would have joined them. He would have joined them. He would have joined them that day. I promise you, he would have joined them.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
He would have joined them.
That's disrespectful.
That ain't nothing but a weak ass man with insecure problem. Dude, trust me. Come on, they ashes. That's that woman husband. You know what I'm saying? You know, you trying to be controlled. Like, come on, dude, if you don't get your ass out my house.
Exactly. And,
1 second.
And you could tell that he got that Napoleon syndrome. He looked outside right?
With no D game. None.
Yeah. But listen.
You up here worried about a dead man in ashes.
Yeah. But he got, sometimes the dead man can have more power over the woman than the live man.
No, because first of all, if you're doing what you're supposed to do as the man in your house,
thank you.
No man can have more power in your house than you.
Right.
That's first and foremost. You know. So yeah, that don't fly. And
so you and I married, and we married, and we done built this house over here. Your ex-husband dies. You gonna bring his ashes over to our house, and you want me to be all right with it?
My thought is, as long as
you'll be going where he at.
No,
you'll be going the hell out of my house. If I tell you that ain't nothing going in this house, ain't nothing going in there but what I say.
Well,
that's it.
First of all, as long as she's not praying or building a shrine in there to the ashes and stuff like that, you know, because there's weird people doing weird things. But it wouldn't bother me at all, you know.
Yeah.
However, you know, when he has problems with a dead man's ashes, and this is how you can't sit down and talk about it and give rational thought. That's not even rational thought what he had. Tell her why you really
rational. What was so rational about her wanting to bring that into their house?
Okay.
He told her not to. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Bernard, you can't sit there and tell me that's
Jew, wait a minute, Jew.
Then you answer. I'm gonna ask you a question, then you can answer. You can't sit there and ask and tell me that you got this girlfriend over here. Y'all built a house, but then a guy she ain't been with for 5 years, y'all been together, he dies, she want to take the ashes to y'all house, and you gonna be okay with it. You can't tell that. You be lying if you told her.
Why don't you let us talk? Why don't you let us
when
talk?
I get through, this is my show. When I get through, hold on. When I get through, I said I was asking you a question.
Hold
on.
But you can't be interrupting us when we're trying to say something.
Hold on.
Your opinion ain't always the right opinion.
I said I was asking you a question.
Well, let me
don't get. Hold on. You don't get to talk until I get through talking.
I'm getting to talk every damn time I want to talk.
You can't. I was asking you a question. You didn't hear the question.
Listen, you asked me the question.
You done heard the question. Now it's your time.
No. But you changed the damn question around. The woman said, "That's my dead husband." You said if that woman, the question you asked me was the ex-boyfriend or something. You said bring it to me. No, that's totally different, Jew. You talking about a husband and a boyfriend. Oh hell no, I'm not gonna let her bring her. Listen, I'm not gonna let her.
You said the boyfriend
ashes in my house, but if it's a husband, that's a husband. I don't give a damn about no ashes. It's totally different. You ask boyfriend. The woman on video say husband, her husband. He got a problem with her husband. Okay, I got a problem if she bringing her boyfriend that you say been together for 5 months or whatever, 5 years. That's a problem. But if this her husband, I ain't gonna got no problem with that. That's her damn husband. What could he?
Husband?
No, I'm saying her ex-husband, the husband who passed away. I ain't got no problem with no ashes.
Well, that's just like Bernard. Bernard has lost a wife.
Period.
If Bernard he's in her house, he's in his house, and he still has a child with his departed wife. Okay, he gets married, and there's still a picture in a room up of that wife, I see no problem with a picture being up of that wife, because I understand that once upon a time, that woman was someone he loved. And that woman is also someone that his daughter came from and she loves. I can't X out his memory of the people that he loved because of my damn insecurities. I have him now. I'm his wife now.
Yeah. True. Absolutely. My wife picture up here right now. Ain't no damn body gonna come in my house and tell me to take my white picture down. It's gonna stay up there.
They come in your house. You got
my house.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Julius.
It don't matter.
Y'all didn't listen to the story.
Yes, we did listen to the story.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did listen to the story.
Moving down here to Texas.
I gave you.
He wanted to put in his man cave a picture of his departed wife. Why would I be so incompassionate to say, you not gonna have no picture of that bitch over in my house?
Yeah.
No.
That's what you're supposed to say.
No.
At
some point, you have to. At some point, you have to grow up. At some point, you have to grow up and understand.
Now you need
when you are moving on to other relationships as an adult person who's already been married and that in your prior spouse might have passed away. That doesn't mean that you can't remarry. But what it does mean is you should obviously, by this example, be very careful on who you are remarrying. Because if you are a man who is so insecure that you're worrying about ashes of a man that I loved, that I was married to, that we separated with what it says biblically, the death do us part. Okay, he's parted. He's gone on, but just out of respect, he got cremated. He didn't. I'm not going to the gravesite and visiting him but he got cremated.
You might as well.
And he's in. No, it's not. It's not about that. It's about respecting. If you love somebody, then you love what they love.
So you ain't gonna respect you're not gonna respect what I feel. I got to respect you and somebody that ain't here. See, because if that person can have a hold on you. That type of hold on you from the grave.
No.
Hold on. If that person, you're not going to bring another person into a house that we built. You could keep them over where you lived at, but you ain't bringing that over with me.
Yeah.
I'm coming. Hey, if I move into your house, fine. You're not bringing that to a house we got.
Yeah.
That's not
But when we get married, it should be no such thing as yours and mine.
Yeah.
Well, that's yours.
Yeah.
That man that you want to bring in there and that earn is yours.
Yeah.
Ain't me and yours. That's yours.
But, and I tell people right now, until you in that position of lose a husband and a damn wife, nobody got shit to say because you don't know the feeling what I went through. And that's my damn wife.
That's not what we're talking about.
No, listen. It's my wife. If her ashes is here, whatever, it's still going to stay with me. Everybody got an opinion about something until you go there. If you don't know it, then you can't comment on it. That's that woman's husband in ashes. Until you lose a wife or you lose a husband, then we can talk. Other than that, I ain't hearing shit.
Right. That's your house.
Ain't about house. Ain't not about a house, George. You're missing the point. It's not about no damn house.
It's all about the house.
Let me rephrase it, Bernard. If you move in with your new wife, your picture of your deceased wife is coming with you, and it's going on a wall in the new house with your new wife. Right or wrong?
Touchdown.
Thank you.
Touchdown.
Don't
because I'm saying this here.
So y'all are good with that.
Yes.
Yes.
Y'all are three crazy motherfuckers.
Okay.
You displaying a lot of insecurities tonight, Julius.
No, ain't no insecurity. It's the man of the house.
No.
Me and Tanya built this house. She does have an ex-husband that's dead. She ain't gonna bring his picture and put him up in my damn house.
That's okay. That's I don't think nobody gonna do that.
You guys decided on. But I'm gonna tell you, if me and Bernard was together, me knowing how precious he felt and how broken he was when he lost his wife.
Yes.
Why? Why? Oh, why?
Out of respect, you're not gonna do that to that man.
I am the next journey. I'm the next chapter in his book.
We got to move on. 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 But I'm gonna tell all three of y'all. Y'all tell a damn lie.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question.
Move on. Okay.
Would you learn how to play basketball from a football coach?
I guess not.
Would you learn how to play basketball from a football coach?
No.
If you want to learn how to cook, who would you want to teach you?
A chef.
If you want to learn how to drive a car, who you want to teach you?
A driver?
If you want to learn how to fly a plane, who gonna teach you?
A pilot?
How are y'all learning how to be wives and your mother wasn't a wife? You just said if you want to learn to fly a plane, you're going to go to a pilot. You want to learn how to cook, you're going to go to a chef. Women don't know what's intrinsically important to a man. They don't know how to be a wife because their mothers wasn't wise. In general, women are raising their daughters to be single mothers because they are single. They're single mother and they like, I'm gonna teach you how to be strong. And my mama told me I don't need no man. And they have raised you to be a single woman.
That's terrible.
And go be educated. So you don't need to depend on no man and get you an education and go to college. They have groomed you to be a single mother. But if you want to be a wife, you have to learn how to be a wife from a wife, the same way you will learn how to cook from a chef. Then once you surround yourself with other wives, then you will know what's intrinsically important to a man. A lot of y'all women ain't even wise. And you married.
Well, he sound like Jewish. My ex was going to stay in my house Jewish. But don't tell us me wrong. My ex is going to stay right. They're going to stay right here. Ain't it right, baby?
That's your house. You ain't going to another woman's house and take that because she ain't gonna let you in.
Hey, we're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna.
I promise you, Bernard, you will find your right fit.
Oh yeah, definitely. I ain't gonna never get married no more, so I'm good.
No disrespect to your late husband. I know it's been 5 years since he passed. So sorry I didn't get a chance to meet him, but if you don't mind, we put the ashes in the spare room? Thank you.
See?
That's
Look at James Brown.
And that's nothing wrong with that. That man was telling her the ashes couldn't even been in the house. He didn't want them in the house, inside the building.
Well, I tell you what, he did a favor. He left it on the property. He pulled it in the grass in the backyard. You know? Okay, my next door neighbor. This is my next door neighbor. Let's see what she said.
There you go.
Julius, I agree with the panel from experience. My husband of 30 years was married before me, and his wife died, and they had a son. We always kept a picture of her on the wall. I also made sure her pictures were part of his burial at any memorial we have for him. Now I see your point because you only base your decision on the idea you have because you haven't lost your wife to death.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's it.
Let me tell y'all what I'm basing mine.
Thank you, neighbor.
Let me tell y'all what I'm basing mine off of. I'm basing mine off of respect for my house.
Let me tell you something.
Listen,
if you lost Tanya to death,
listen.
You would have.
I would not put her picture up in another woman's house because that woman gonna feel like that is always somebody else can control him.
First of all, you would find another woman named Tanya so that you would just have to keep up with the name.
Right.
That's what you do.
That's correct. That's true. I'm always marrying a Tanya. I don't marry another Tanya.
Another woman named Tanya. And you would make her wear Tanya masses.
Yeah. And but Tanya used to cook. You need to cook like this here, you know, man.
Tanya used to feed me cereal for Wednesdays.
Yeah.
It would be. I would have to tell you, hey,
let me give y'all the public service.
Yeah, Tanya used to have sex for 10 hours. You want to do it too.
You got to go.
Exactly.
You got to go.
Okay. Now here
This
you
is
go.
why he's saying without emotion.
Let's get. This is kind of long here. Y'all listen to this. This is kind of long.
Let me tell you something. It's the top 10 states with the highest HIV rates. Before you stick your mushroom tip in that goddamn girl, you better scrap up. They got a goddamn condom out there right now, rubber out there, the Emma coat that you can buy. That's gonna change colors when they goddamn penetrators on the goddamn infected, cooler. These people out here sick, and you don't even know it. And I mean, you don't even know it. You can't look at people no more and identify if they got that or if they sick or not, man. Some of the people that got that don't even know they got that shit, man. And the scariest part is the main people that's sick is the men with money because they knocking down anything and everything. And them pretty girls with them big booties and them got the tits with them goddamn BBLs and all that. They got that shit. They sicker than sick. You know why? They at the top of the goddamn food chain. They the prettiest. That's what with the money want. And they got that. They pad it around like club fires. So what I'm saying, and I know a lot of y'all men out there done turned into sissies thinking you safe now from HIV, but let me tell you something. Sissies are the most infected men in the black community based on the CDC reports. 1.4 million people are infected with HIV right now in the U.S., and only about 87% of the people that got that actually know they got that. And these the top 10 states that if you out there, you better go to the Emma and get the one that light up when they got their penetrator tell you that she got that. This the top 10 states in the U.S. with the highest HIV rates. And they all are mostly in black communities, man. I ain't had no time to put them in order. I just put the list. I just want to get it out there. Check this out. Jacksonville, Florida. You hot up there on the goddamn list. New York. Everybody out there, you better be careful, boy, because it's some niggas out there got that. Houston, Texas, I know they say that like it big. It got big cases of the goddamn HIV out there in Houston. They better scrap that shit up. Baltimore, Maryland. Oh, let me tell you something, boy. I know it's a lot of out there think that, boy, they sick out there, boy. Let me tell you something. New Orleans, with that voodoo, with that goddamn crawfish. She ain't just got there smelling like crawfish. She got that. It's infected. Fish. Think about what I'm saying now. Las Vegas. I know it's the big city of dreams with the lights and all that shit. When you put your mushroom tip on there with the condom, it gonna light up. Cause most of them girls out there got that. Los Angeles, California. You on the list. I know y'all out there west side. Let me tell you something. When you hit it right, your man gonna left the doctor and he gonna give you a paper that tell you got that. Los Angeles high on the list with people that's infected with that. Atlanta, Georgia. You got them right now. You number 3 in the world, man. Number 3 highest cases in the world is Atlanta, Georgia. Cause guess why? It's a bunch of RuPauls out there. It's a lot of boys out there that like them boys. It ain't just a girl. See what's going on in Atlanta is it's a lot of y'all men that's sleeping with men, and you're going home to your own man and giving her what that man just gave you. And it's a lot of y'all that got that. And you don't even know it. Miami, Florida. Down here in Miami, Florida. It ain't just hot, cause it's hot. It's hot, cause they got that coochie on fire. Wrap that The number one place in the world right now is the place where telling and coochie selling. It ain't just selling, it's smelling and it's swelling your mushroom tip up, because they got that. I'm talking about Memphis, Tennessee. Better wrap that up out there in Memphis, man. Come tell you right now, they sick. By the end of this year, they expecting Atlanta, Georgia to be the number one place in the country with HIV, because they facing a HIV crisis right now in the city due to the overpopulation of the rainbow people sticking each other, man. It's a lot of the Dwight Howards out there in goddamn Atlanta. It's a lot of goddamn Dwayne Wade. It's the Dwight Howard might be sleeping with Dwayne Wade right there. Right now, Atlanta is goddamn third behind Miami and Memphis. And see, Memphis is full of streetwalkers that got coochie for sale. But as soon as you stick your mushroom tip in, it's gonna feel like hell, because you're gonna be burning. She finna burn your dog in. And Miami is full of everybody that's sleeping with everybody, because they trying to pay their high rent. So they number 2 on the list. Los Angeles got that Atlanta going on now down there in Santa Monica. I already know what's going on. And that Diddy house around the corner in the Calabasas, they over there smashing. Meek Mill sitting on Diddy now. I already know what's going on. Las Vegas, they selling Cuda Cat at the goddamn airport over there in the Spirit Airlines goddamn gate. I already know what's going on. They ain't just in the casinos at the Caesar Paradise and all. They at the Spirit Airlines talking about coochie for sale. I'll tell you right now, you better be careful. And if you in New Orleans, that Cuda Cat got voodoo in it, boy. They got cats and shit for real crawling up out that Cuda Cat. It's gonna bite your dog in and give you a goddamn infection, because it's infested with goddamn HIV. It's so high on the food chain on the list. I'll tell you right now, you don't want none of that shit, man. At this point, if you get horny, it's better to buy yourself a little roll. Get your little roll, put a little water in it, spit on that, because you don't want shit out there. They gonna see the Dr. goddamn Jacob, Dr. Miami though. You don't want none of that. Or if you're a man, better buy you a goddamn blow-up doll. Buy you a blow-up doll to smash her. She ain't gonna want no money from you. She can ride in your car and get you a blow-up doll. That's all you gotta do. It's gonna keep you safe from any infections.
Yeah.
You better believe it. You better believe it.
Yeah. He own it. He own it. Atlanta gonna move number 1 in a minute. Yeah. Man, you got food cut, front cut, all of it. You know.
Okay, so just for clarity purposes, the rates of HIV diagnosed in the United States of America in order of highest to lowest within the top 10 is number 1 is District of Columbia. That would be Washington, D.C., for those who don't understand. Then number 2 is Georgia. Number 3 is Florida. Number 4 is Louisiana. Number 5 is Texas. After Texas comes Nevada, then Mississippi, then the U.S. Virgin Islands, then Alabama, then South Carolina.
Yeah. Who number 2? I missed that.
Number 2 is Georgia. Number 1 is the District of Columbia. I don't like when people put out information that's not totally accurate, especially when it comes to statistics.
And I'm gonna tell you something.
Elliot, he might be getting his information from somewhere else.
As far as herpes is concerned, y'all better be watching it, because so many of these young people in their 20s are being infected with herpes. And it's shameful. It's really, really shameful. And I keep telling my son, I said, because he keep bragging about his pull-out game. And I said, you know what? You are so dumb until it's not going to affect me any.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just so dumb, but I said, I hope that your pull-out game is good enough to get you out of the herpes and HIV that you gon' catch. Not might, but you gon' catch, because
we got 5 videos left, y'all.
It's burning in Texas.
Man, this man, you know, you ain't got to worry about this man. I mean, this woman here.
We've been married 4 years. Me and my husband have.
You mean consummated?
No, ma'am. We have.
What do you mean you haven't consummated your marriage?
We have never had sex.
You've never had sex with him?
Never had sex.
When I went one time?
No, ma'am. When I put on lingerie, girl.
Not on your honeymoon night?
No, ma'am.
Not on your wedding night?
No, ma'am.
The next day?
No, ma'am.
Never.
No, ma'am. I put on lingerie. He asked me, "Why you wearing this for? Why you putting on that stuff for?"
Your Honor.
Mrs. Hooker.
I got lingerie for wedding
Your
gifts that I
Honor.
wanted to wear for my husband because that's who I love.
Your
You
Honor.
understand what I'm saying?
Hold on a second. Let me get to this. Miss Hooker.
Yes, ma'am.
You married a man.
Yes, ma'am.
Wedding night.
Yes, ma'am.
Fantasy time.
Yes.
The best sex in the world, supposedly.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
The man didn't touch you that night.
Did not touch me.
Well, didn't you have a clue then that he...
Your Honor, Your Honor, I thought that he wanted, you know, I didn't want to rush him because he did tell me he had that in his past, and I thought that we would take time. But after a month, and then he come back with hickeys on his neck, I was
Wait
like,
a minute.
no.
You were willing to give this man a month before he had sex with you to see if he was out of his gay lifestyle?
Your Honor, I love this man. I was willing to give him that time so he could get himself together. He told me it was over that we were going to be together, and I believed him. And I was giving him the time that he needed to get himself together. I thought it was too long. That's what I'm saying.
So you went for a whole month and your husband.
Yes, ma'am.
Not your lover, not your friend, not your boyfriend, your husband.
My husband.
Never showed a sexual interest in you in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
No, ma'am.
You're a good woman.
Your Honor.
Mr. Hooker.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, if you told her you were willing to try, when were you going to start trying? Doesn't sound like to me you were too interested in being a man and being in love with her and being a husband to her. At least you could have put forth some effort the first night. Don't you think so?
Yes, Your Honor. But as far as the trip goes, Your Honor.
No, I don't want the trip yet.
Okay, Your Honor.
Why? On the first night, the very first night, the first week, you couldn't even try to do it for, I mean, that's not much effort. A week?
Well, we kissed and cuddled and stuff, but I wasn't ready for that as of yet, Your Honor.
So you had no sexual interest in her as a female? You weren't ready for that?
I wasn't ready. No, Your Honor, I wasn't.
Shit.
Oh, he either gay.
He is gay.
Yeah.
You gonna say that?
He gay as hell. That's why he ready. She had a little low self-esteem in her, but he's gay as I don't know what, and she was taking care of him financially.
Yeah. Sound like Pastor Lee.
That's it, man. Cause she's a beautiful hunk of a woman. I have sex with her every night. Shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Come on, that's what it is. She financially was supporting him, and he was financially supporting Henry next door. Man, I'm so tired of these undercover bums, man. I swear, boy.
All right, we got videos left, y'all.
Good afternoon. Black power. Say it like you mean it. Black power. Say it like you mean it. Black power. Now, in this hour, it requires black power. We have a moment in history where there's a deliberate and methodical attempt to strip us and call it humanity or humbling us, right? Ignoring our humanity every day. There's an attempt to humble black people that I think we need to resist. I think we need to be very keenly aware that people who built communities like Greenwood, Rosewood, Black Wall Street, they were not in the definition of white society's humble. They were audacious black people. They were bold and endearing black people. And the question is, for this hour, are you? What are we building in this hour? So that when this is over, because we will get on the other side of this, what will remain for our people? What's your part in creating that? What is your role in ensuring that every time somebody says DEI, you make it clear that you are from Atlanta, where 60% of the people in this community are educated, college educated, to be clear. The most educated city in America is one of the blackest cities in America. One of the strongest economies in America is one of the blackest economies in America. And what we need to be clear about is that it was audacious and bold black people who decided that we are not going to allow you to determine our destiny, but we will determine it for ourselves. That is how you had Auburn Avenue. Am I right about it? So the question is, how are we going to have those stories for the next generation? If you have a Dr. Key, if you have a Ryan, who have businesses that they are developing, if you have the Acre Boys, how much more do we need to see that the brilliance of black people is enough? The real question for us in this hour is not, what are they gonna do? We see this playbook every time. This is the third reconstruction of America. This is. And so while they try to ostracize and tell us to be humble, the same thing they pulled on our brother Shador Sanders by making him wait in the draft, trying to tell him that you can't be bold and audacious. When you see young black men and young black women, don't stifle them, big up them. Tell them that this is their hour. And the question again remains, what are you gonna do in this hour?
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. All in a nutshell.
That is true.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, I said that earlier, you know, when we say something, you know, we racist and like you say, want to harm us. Come on. What come out of our mouth is absolutely the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God, period.
All right, let me get this video here.
Yo, what is this I'm hearing about how France and the US want to arrest Ibrahim Traore? Are you taking the piss? Like this man didn't kick France out of his country. Like this man didn't open up 2 tomato processing plants. Like this man didn't make medical health care free for all, no matter what your status is. And recently, over the last couple of days, made education free up until uni. And the dirty, stinking colonizers want to arrest him. Are we supposed to act like France didn't have its hands around Burkina Faso's throat for how long? And now we have a leader who's doing what no bumperclut cowardice African leader has done. And you want to arrest him on what charges? Listen, as a black people, if there's one thing we can all unite around the globe, it's because of this man, you understand? And he needs to be protected, all costs, spiritually, physically, mentally. He needs to be protected by every single one of us. They already tried to take his life 19 times, yeah? And it's clearly going up. So I suggest you start praying for this man, praying for his life, praying for his family, praying for his country. And to all of you cowardice African leaders, yeah, if they try and step to Traore, you need to prove yourselves and try and protect him. Send military, send resources, send everything you can to make sure that he protects his country. That's what you should.
Very powerful. This brother here is on the rise, and they really need to protect him because America don't like strong black leaders, and they will destroy him if they get a chance. And that's part of the reason I said that we need to be ready for anything that happens, and we don't know what's going to happen. You just got to be ready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, they always, I mean, just keep standing up for what's right. That's all they mean. The United States don't never, especially now, you know, they don't never, they think they can control everything. Man, you need to pay attention to what the hell you doing in this country and stop worrying about other people's country, little punk. You know, that's all he is, a little punk when his daddy gave him $50 million and he blowed that in 3 years. Man, please.
Mm-hmm.
You little gay. Anyway.
Okay, our favorite subject. We got 10 minutes videos. Point of view number 1.
Malcolm X talked about this is racism. They keep the black man positioned as a little boy. Because ain't no white man. You can't find one white man anywhere on any national television network anywhere who pops on the show smoking Black and Milds, pouring his liquor, wearing a goddamn do-rag. How come you can't just analyze the sports? How come you can't just get on there and say, I think the Lakers are going to win in 5 because LeBron, No, you got to be a damn minstrel show. That's clown behavior. And the clown behavior is accentuated by the fact that you're about to trick off $20, $30, $40 million to a little girl who's going to have more money in her bank account because she's going to say, I got these Negroes because they're stupid and they don't have any discipline. They don't have any strategy. They don't know how to protect themselves. She was recording you the whole damn time, played you like a sucker. That's what she did. Made you look. Now you got great grandchildren that would be filthy rich if you had simply protected the ball. You understand that, Shannon. You are a football player. You know what it means to protect the damn ball. That's the first rule of playing sports. The first rule is protect the ball and win for your team. When it comes to black wealth, I'm not talking about the game of football. That's a child's game. I'm talking about the real grown man game of black wealth, black economics, black industry, the survival of black people, the survival of the black family, fighting for the black community. You fumbled. You threw the ball into the wrong end zone. You went to the defense and you just flipped it off to them because you're thinking, you let them make you think like a sucker. That's what you did. This is embarrassing. This is crazy. This is ridiculous. It's shameful. You're almost 60. Get you a 40-year-old. The world will forgive you for that. There are 40-year-old black women who are gorgeous. Gorgeous. Don't listen to Kevin Samuels was wrong. He said after 35, don't nobody want you. That's bullshit. Black women are beautiful and at any age, but you can find some 40-year-olds that will put a 25-year-old to shame. But yet somehow you out here digging in the garbage, finding OnlyFans models who will set you up because you don't even know if that girl's a spy. She could have been working for the damn CIA. She was moving like an agent. And if you think I'm exaggerating, think about how many black men, how many powerful black men have been brought down over community pussy. Think about how many black men have been brought down due to an inability to control their sexual urges. Think about this. Think about how many thousands of years prostitutes have always been the perfect agents. The KGB, Vladimir Putin used to get prostitutes to go and spy on his enemies. Drug dealers that run gangs. There was a drug dealer in Baltimore who had a fine-ass girlfriend, and she would tell him, I want you to go in the barber shop that he goes to, and I want you to seduce him, wear your tight little outfit, and then get him to come back to your apartment. And as soon as he gets naked, my boy's going to run up in there and kill him. So black men have died from a lack of sexual discipline. This is a fact. Did anyone tell you this? Did anyone break this down for you? I'm not judging your desire for sexual experiences. I don't judge that at all. I'd be a hypocrite if I did. I'm judging the fact that this was not necessary. This is not necessary. And so what I really want us to, we have to stop and think about this. And this is really me confronting the black celebrity culture.
I put the line in there so we can wake y'all up.
Yeah.
You know what?
Hold on, before we go into it, let's get the last one in, and then we can talk until we end. It's the same, but this is a twist. Y'all like this here.
It ain't looking too good for Club Payday. I meant Shay Shay. You see how Shay Shay turned into Payday real quick? That's because y'all here being into some kinky Kama Sutra shit. Go back to the regular things you used to do. You know what I'm saying? A little foreplay, go to the bed, a little missionary. Y'all want to be walk like dogs and talk to like animals and doing OnlyFans and meowing like a cat and having furry shit. Y'all want to do too much. Everything except what the Lord ordains. Everything. And that freaky shit gonna cost you every time. She trying to take Shannon for every dime. I said, well, damn. It's a crime. Monique told that man, you need an older woman. You need an older woman. You can get all that plus more with a woman named Gertrude. She gonna cook for you, go down and hit you with that guac 3000, make you proud, make you say her name loud. All of this new shit that y'all be into with these 19-year-old little, you know, non-colorated women. And you know they be requesting all this dominatrix, you in the matrix, take the blue or the green pill. Let me see how that feel. And then you want the black community to come to your rescue after we done told you that them hoes ain't loyal. I can't tell y'all that. I can't tell y'all that. Men want to date everything except what looks like they mothers. Black men, when you gonna realize? When you gonna realize she might be different, but she ain't no prize. She's a surprise, okay? Cause sir, she gonna prize that ass at the end. Just 1 second, let me get my latte. Let me get my latte at Club Shay Shay.
I'll be here shortly.
Okay, take your time. Make it a video. Anywho, it's bad out here. It's bad out here. Now look at post Shannon. We ain't gonna get no more good Club Shay Shay interviews. In the next interview, we want to hear you interview yourself.
Chai latte?
Yes, grande chai latte is hot with a double shot blonde espresso and make it with oat milk and no water. Thank you.
Of course, you can pull around.
Appreciate it. It's too much. It's too much. God, you gonna have to interview yourself, shit. We just come on now. And then they be coming out to the black community. Oh, I'm sorry, you know, this is extortion. You think? We already knew what it was when y'all was over there. You ain't the first one we'd have seen it happen to. When y'all gonna learn? Fucking with them, you will get burned. And this ain't a race thing. It's just a factual thing. I haven't seen one play out good yet. Either y'all take that incidental fall, I don't know what happened to my husband, or they take all. Either way, shit, it's a death trap, baby.
Oh, y'all gonna like that one.
Oh, man.
He ran Shannon, didn't he?
Hey, man. I was on it there, boy. Hey.
What I love about it is truth telling, okay? Because why all y'all football players and all y'all sports players and famous people want to make these average bitches rich? You know, Tiger Woods, you made the nanny rich. You know, I mean, but if it was just, I'm a 6-figure black woman. You can't make me rich. You can't make a smart, intelligent black woman rich. But you'll go out here and find a typical, just everyday type white woman, and you'll make her rich. You know, and it's the playing the race games for me. Is that what y'all doing these days? What in the world? What in the Sam hell is going on in these mixed race relationships? You see, that's why I'm telling you, I can't date no white man, because you'll wind up saying, "Come here, slave," and oh no, we ain't playing these games up in my damn house.
Like Nick.
Hey, you go ahead, Nally. I'll let you go ahead, Nally.
I'm just gonna repeat the same thing I said last week.
Yeah.
Shannon UnSharpe suffers from post-traumatic slave disorder. First, he was on the show with Skip Bayless, who treated him like a field one. Yeah. Now he's messing with this chick with Mandingo fantasies. And, now he's the slave who at the breeding plantation. He's he does not understand how sick he really is. And I also am going to say he's also really treading a real thin line because the child's 19. Come on now, bro. Your youngest daughter's 31. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Sounds a little Epsteinish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I said before, I'm not here to. I ain't sitting here to be no hypocrite. Because I do like younger women, and it is what it is. But I am not gonna deal with an OnlyFans girl. You giving her $50 when you give her $50 million, and you can give her $50. I am so disappointed in that damn brother, man. I am so disappointed in him. He dropped the ball and every damn thing else, but he can get on the show and talk about other black folks. And then you was warned. Everybody warned you, dude. Everybody warned you. Ain't got to be Cat, ain't got to be Monique. It's your brother and people who close to you. Now she taking you down. Now you lost a $200 million contract from the podcast. Because you, come on, OnlyFans, that's all what she do. And one last thing, you know when somebody recording you, dumbass, but you didn't know. Hang up the phone. She set you up, now you gone. You embarrass your family, your daughter, and every damn body. Like I said, I ain't sitting here being no hypocrite, but dude, the warning sign was there. You know what I'm saying? You
60 years old.
Come on, dude.
I want you to put your big black baby in me.
Yeah. There you go.
Your 60-year-old ass down.
Yeah. Come on.
What say you? You making babies?
And you know that little thing said, soon as she got you, she said, Daddy, we got him. Daddy, we got him.
Exactly. That's exactly what she said.
Shit.
But I'm trying to figure out, how is she crying rape when she was obviously a willing participant?
Because she's a pilgrim.
Anyway,
no mean no matter what.
Mama always say you play with the white woman in the bed, woman, you end up being blackballed, riding through the drive-through with a gay man.
Hey, mama want me too. Mama want me too. Shit.
They don't use the same hair comb you use. That what they used to tell you. They don't use the same hair comb to bring home.
But Shannon Sharpe said for years, Shannon
don't bring her home.
Women. Shannon Sharpe don't date black women. He's been said that a long time ago. He don't date black women.
He did. But I remember when he was out there at Savannah State, he couldn't stay out the damn black girls' dorms.
Well, that was college.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
He should have stayed with his own kind.
He was smart.
Man.
He was smart then. He's just dumb now, okay?
Yeah, he's dumb.
Yeah.
Well, he
can't. Go ahead, Bernard.
Money don't make you handsome now. It just make you attractive, but it damn sure gonna make you handsome. Shit.
You know what?
Becky's did something to him that
don't Becky something else though. Don't Becky something, boy. That's why they say you go to the Becky, you get what you want. You go with a sister, you gotta have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Big black Mendanga. Yeah. Is what she was saying. This big black Mendanga.
Choke me.
Hey, I appreciate y'all coming.
Where's the Bible at? Let's go back to what we started on. Bible at.
We take a whole show and do that in a couple of weeks. We'll plan. Anyway, good night, world.
OnlyFans page.
We'll see y'all. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
I know it. Hey, I'll send it to you, son.
If that's what they doing, if that's what they getting, you know, I mean, I'm a little tight on money right now. Be a little OnlyFans page. Show my toes.
Hey.
Nicki Minaj ain't showing nothing.
Wait a minute, Sonny. I might be on there. I might be on there if you talk about some toes.
Yeah.
I might be on your page.
You got your first customer right there.
There you go.
Yeah. Let me send you a screenshot of these feet.
Good night. Good night, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Like this.